Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming at you live from the beautiful Mid-Florida Event Center here in Port St. Lucie for CCW Summer Glory. I am Tyler Cashmere, here joined alongside by the good doctor, Dr. Eric Christopher. Eric, how about tonight?
I am so excited, Tyler. We are here in Port St. Lucie, Florida, my hometown. And what better way to kick it off than at Summer Glory, one of the biggest CCW shows of the summer. And tonight, the action is going to be hot. We have a stacked card for everyone watching.
That is right. 3 championship matches. The Southeastern champion, Domino, defending against James Tapia. The women's champion, Nikki Blackheart, defending against Carolina Cruz. And of course, the main event everyone has been waiting for, the King's Court match, gauntlet match. It is Gangrel taking on the King's Court for all the gold. Let's head to the ring to Sarah Wilder.
Hello, Port St. Lucie. How are we feeling tonight? Welcome to Summer Glory. Who's ready to see some wrestling action? Our opening contest is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the CCW Southeastern Championship.
The Southeastern champion, Domino, kicking things off here tonight. It's been 2 weeks since we've seen the champion, Domino. The last time we seen him, his match against Killmeister was interrupted by the Raw Dogs. And by the end of the night, it was James Tapia choking out Domino with his own Southeastern championship, that very same man who will be facing tonight. But in those 2 weeks of recovery, Domino did some work in the 305. He joined a beloved Miami group, really started working and reestablished the Miami institution of Las Rosas. I gotta tell you, Domino is part of Miami royalty.
Hey, I mean, if you ask me, Domino walks around here talking about how he's a fighting champion, and then he takes 2 weeks off? Come on now, Tyler. Tonight, James Tapia is coming in here with a mission, and that is to make sure that Domino doesn't reach a year as champion next week.
Eric, he's been here every week defending his championship. He got
Not the last 2 weeks.
He got strangled with a championship belt. He had to recover for 2 weeks.
One man says recovery, another one says taking some time off because he's a chicken.
And his opponents, accompanied by CCW Cruiserweight Champion from Puebla, Mexico, weighing in at 199.9 pounds. Raw Dog member, James Tapia.
James Tapia representing the Raw Dogs with his teammate, the Cruiserweight champion, Elliot Crow, by his side. Like I said, it was 2 weeks ago where James Tapia, out of nowhere, made his CCW return, a hiatus of 6 months for Tapia. And what was he doing throughout those 6 months? He was training. He was hitting the gym to get himself in the best shape of his life, and now has re-entered the last territory, reinvigorated, and ready to take away that Southeastern championship from Domino before Domino can hit that year mark.
I'm glad you mentioned just how great of shape James Tapia has gotten in. This man has been training and working his butt off to get into shape to be a part of Summer Glory tonight, and he's been learning. He's been studying. He's been studying a true champion like Elliot Crow, and now tonight he's looking to make history.
Studying a true champion as Elliot Crow. Domino held that Southeastern Championship before Crow held his Cruiserweight Championship.
Because he takes 2 weeks off.
You win these 2 weeks off, but right now Domino is teeing away at James Tapia. Like we said, the last memory Domino had of Tapia was him strangling him with his own championship belt, but now Tapia's in the driver's seat with a beautiful knife edge chop there. Irish whipping out Domino. Domino though up and over, and an arm drag. How about the agility of Domino there? But look at Tapia going to the air. The hair of Domino getting the advantage, and that is the Raw Dog's MO. Even before the hiatus of Tapia, he would always stoop down low, but man, Domino's giving it right back to him, Eric.
Hey, I'm shocked both of these men are just bringing it to each other. This is the type of action that we've wanted to see from Summer Glory tonight. And right here, starting the show, here we go.
Planted him there, just a 1 count there from our referee. Both of these guys are fired up. Domino, 2 weeks out recovering, doing the work in his own community. And then Tapia hitting the shows, putting in the work in the ring. Tapia came back saying, I demand a Southeastern Championship shot. He feels like he is Southeastern champion quality, and he said he's going to prove it here tonight. And of course, with Elliot Crow on the outside, he may just do it.
And I gotta ask, Tyler, I wonder where Domino's mind truly is. You did mention he's been over in Miami. He's been reestablishing La Rosa's, getting all these people drunk in Miami. But has he really been getting ready for someone of the caliber of James Tapia?
Well, I can say, if history tells us anything, Domino puts in the work. He studies. He is always hitting the gym. Knowing Domino, could almost guarantee you that he was working that whole time in those 2 weeks, recovering his body, getting ready, studying tape on James Tapia. And let's say here, Tapia looks like he's been doing his tape on Domino as well. Dominating, controlling, I should say, the flow of this match. But look at Domino fighting out, and we've seen that Miami spirit, that Miami heart of Domino shine through, and look at the power just catching Tapia. Usually does that fall away slam, but Tapia went up to the shoulders. Oh man, just clocking Domino from behind there.
You mentioned Tapia studying all this tape. Clearly he has this very well scouted.
There's no doubt that both of these men are students of the game. Tapia now going for that cover. Just a 2 there. And another question we have to ask with Domino. He had the 2 weeks of recovery, which he so badly needed.
2 week vacation, yes.
Because he would come out here every week and defend that Southeastern champion. He was on a string of open challenges. I wonder if the body of Domino is still fully recovered, especially after that. James Tapia going straight to that throat. And again, that's that same throat where that championship belt was wrapped around and he was getting strangled. We still don't know if Domino's 100%.
I will say, sometimes when you are the champion, though, it doesn't matter if you're physically 100%. This is professional wrestling. You always wrestle a little banged up. But the question is he mentally there?
I guess we will see, as now a neck breaker from James Tapia. And what is Tapia calling for here? Taking his time. Of course, wherever Domino goes, feels like he's got the hometown advantage. The people love Domino here in the last territory as James Tapia going top rope.
What is he thinking?
Looking to fly it, but no water in the pool. Domino getting out of the way of that elbow drop from the top.
Well scouted by Domino as James Tapia just barely misses what could have been the ending move of the match.
This could be exactly the opportunity Domino needed to get back into this one. Domino up on those ropes. Crow giving Tapia some advice, but Domino ducking that clothesline. Now a clothesline of his own. Center of the ring, now with a back elbow. The Southeastern champion exploding with that knee. Taking a look at Jorge Masvidal's page. Coming off the ropes, ducks that one. What is Domino got next door? Plants him with those double nines. Eric, our champion, is on fire. Oh, and here, what is Crow doing? I shouldn't even be surprised because this is what the Raw Dogs do. And Domino has got to look from behind.
Oh, Tapia's got him.
He's got tied up. No, Domino just getting out of it.
Wait.
Hits the boot. Could he get it? No. So smart by Tapia. We talked about Tapia doing his homework on Domino, but Domino with a roll-up. 1, 2. Oh, no. Tapia kicking out just barely. But now a boot to the midsection. Domino effect. Domino got him. 1, 2, and 3.
Here's your winner, and still your CCW Southeastern champion, Domino!
Wow. Tyler, there is no way that Elliot Crow is happy about this right now. The fact that James Tapia was not able to take advantage of the situation that Elliot Crow created for him, and Domino was able to pick up the win and remain the CCW Southeastern champion.
Well, it looks like that 2 weeks of recovery, that 2 weeks of doing work in his community paid off, because Domino came in here looking better than ever and got the win over James Tapia. Domino continuing his 358-day streak as Southeastern champion, as he is oh so close, Eric, to that 1 year mark. What a title defense from Domino.
Listen, this is what happens when you take 2 weeks off. He came back refreshed. He came back after drinking all the time at La Rosa's in Miami, and hey, he got the job done. Congratulations, Domino.
Congratulations indeed, but coming up next, we got some tag team action. Two teams that could not be any more different than one another, as it's the Invoked taking on Woot Woot Skadoosh, and it is coming up right now. Let's head to the ring to Sarah Wilder. Woot Woot Skadoosh.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Invidia, from the Seventh Circle, the Desperado and Veritas, the Invoked.
The Invoked, Veritas, the Desperado, led to the ring by the High Priestess, Invidia, and these two have been on such a roll ever since the Invoked was formed, and really ever since the Desperado joined. I mean, him and Veritas have clicked at a different level. Unbelievable tag team dynamics, especially when they are led by Invidia on the ring side.
I have said it before, and I will say it 1,000 times. When the Invoked enters the building, I get the heebie-jeebies. The little goosebumps on my arms are building up. Invidia is one creepy lady, and the cult that she has formed here in the Invoked is a dangerous, dangerous alliance.
And really, Veritas and the Desperado have been the core members of the Invoked, but we have seen different members walk through the Invoked. People like Severin have made appearances in the Invoked. It really just shows the power Invidia has to get people into this cult, practically, this group of the Invoked, and turn them, corrupt them into the monsters like these two we are seeing here.
But something tells me the people of Port St. Lucie are about to come unglued.
It is going to be a complete different feeling in the air here tonight. Woot Skadoosh is here at Summer Glory.
Tyler, look at this crowd. They are all chanting woot woot for the son of Bus.
And you know, I got a chance to ask Danny Everborn, how did this team come together? Danny Everborn said he wanted to broaden his horizons. He wanted to form a tag team. So he gave the OG, the legend, the Bus, the legend here in CCW, gave the OG Bus a call. And OG Bus said, listen, I can't come out of retirement, but I have been training a man since birth. He knows everything that I know, and that man is my very own son. And he sent the son of Bus to Danny Everborn, and they have been a tag team ever since. We've seen them tag in a couple of other occasions, but tonight, they're in front of the hometown crowd of the son of the Bus. And Danny Everborn and the son of the Bus, like I said, bringing happiness, bringing joy, the complete opposite that the Invoked brings.
Now, which one is the woot woot, which one's the skadoosh?
Of course, Danny Everborn with that patented skadoosh punch, and then you'll see the son of the Bus all night with those woot woots. Now a collar and elbow tie up here by Everborn and the Desperado. Everborn still not even a year into his career. But look at that, innovative there, bouncing that middle rope, sending the Desperado right into the side headlock. Desperado, though, has multiple years under his belt. He's going to have the experience edge between these two, but that power of Danny Everborn unmatches. Now got that arm drag. Everborn all over the arm of the Desperado. Now here comes the son of the Bus, by far the largest man in this competition. Oh, but here comes Veritas. And good doctor, just how good has Veritas been as of late, and just has become more corrupted and corrupted every time we've seen him.
You're right. It's incredibly impressive to see the journey that Veritas has been on, especially in just the last 6 months to a year. And the fact that he is stepping up to someone the size of Son of Bus is incredible.
And usually when Veritas launches himself at someone, the other person is going down, but not the son of the Bus. But Veritas electing for a boot to the midsection. Well, look at son of the Bus putting on the brakes there.
Son of Bus seemingly challenging the Invoked, saying, you can't knock me down.
And now Desperado's going to give it a shot, but both men rushing Son of the Bus. But Son of the Bus sent them both out in a clothesline for each member of the Invoked.
The challenge was accepted, and the Son of the Bus got the advantage.
And now got the tag in to Danny Everborn. Let's see what Skadoosh and Woot Woot has got in store. Everyone coming off the ropes, but look at NVIDIA. She doesn't get involved all the time, but when she does, it is impactful. As now, Desperado with that neck breaker, center of the ring. Now full mount. Here comes those right hands, so dangerous of the Desperado.
I admire the fact that the Desperado was able to take advantage of the opportunity that NVIDIA presented, unlike the last match that we saw.
Absolutely, NVIDIA, even her presence on the outside is just such a game changer for any of the opponents of the Invoked. They always have to keep their eye on her. As now Danny Everborn's the wrong side of town. Forearm there, and a follow-up from Veritas going for that Irish whip. But look at Everborn, send him back out, but no! It's that leaping knee strike of Veritas that connects, sends out Irish Whip, and another knee strike now going for the cover. 1, 2, barely a 2 there. Now Veritas strangling, trying to cut the oxygen of Danny Everborn. And if you remember, Eric, Danny Everborn was on a big journey on his own for a while where he was trying to pick up that first win, and he finally did it, got his first win of his career, and he has not looked back ever since. But man, the last territory has not been nice to Danny Everborn. All these monsters have been thrown his way, including the Evoked here tonight with that combination. There it is, that tag team work that I was discussing earlier. Now with the cover is Turner, but Everborn kicking out.
You mentioned the losing ways of Danny Everborn, and I do admire the fact that he wanted to change some things up. He wanted to get into a tag team, bring in the son of the bus and try to create something, but so far, it's I don't know if it's working so well. You had it Bash at the Brew, he lost to my guys, Eddie Torres and Tyson Malrick, and now he's going up against the Invoked, who's taking it
and just
to the Everborn crew here.
Yeah, just beating down Everborn as the Invoked. Some of the bus, let his emotions get the better of him. But yeah, the start of Woot Woot and Skadoosh has been rocky. But all they need is just one win to get back on track. It's now a snapmare from Veritas. Man, that kick right in the back of the head. Going for the cover. 1, 2. And Everborn kicking out.
Son of Bus desperately wants in this match, but the Invoked, they're doing a great job as a tag team keeping Danny Everborn away from his partner.
Now look at this. Veritas applying that pressure on that neck, stretching out the arm of Everborn. Really has both arms trapped. Danny Everborn, though, has this whole crowd behind him. He's starting to get a second breath here as that jawbreaker from Everborn to Veritas. He got the tag, Eric. Here comes Son of Bus.
The big man is in the ring.
It's a whoop whoop here from everyone in Port St. Lucie, and Son of Bus is running over the Invoked. Like, he doesn't stop, he's waiting for the Desperado to get back up to his feet. Look at Danny, he's got to put on the brakes on the Son of Bus. Woot Woot Skadoosh is hyped up here. Man, discus form from Everborn now. Son of Bus has got Veritas up, and what it goes up must come down. And Son of Bus is going
watch out!
to fly, crushing Veritas. 1, 2, and 3.
Here's your winner, Woot Woot Skadoosh.
And I said all it would take is one win to get him back on track. And Woot Woot Skadoosh does just that.
Son of Bus getting in the ring and literally running over his opponents. Woot Woot Skadoosh is victorious.
Big time win as the Invoked headed to the back, and Fadia not happy at all, just snapping at the crowd here. But it's going to be big celebrations here tonight with Danny Everborn and the Son of Bus. Big time victory for Woot Woot Skadoosh, getting that win over the Invoked. But
get out of our camera shots.
Son of Bus taking up the whole camera. But coming up next, how about this? The championship four-way. 4 former CCW champions, 4 of the top elite caliber athletes in the last territory are going to go to battle, good doctor.
I am so excited for this match. You've got potential match of the night caliber as Danny Briggs takes on Chris Farrow, Jay Vidal, and Jackal Stevens. Let's get it on.
Let's head to the ring to Sarah Wilder.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a fatal 4-way. First, from London, England, weighing in at 240 pounds, the strong style hooligan, Danny Briggs!
Danny Briggs, former CCW Tag Team Champion, held that Tag Team Championship with Stallion Rogers, defeating the Crown, the first tag team to dethrone the Crown in CCW. And of course, the strong style hooligan with so many years of experience under his belt, has been everywhere, has done it all. It's hard to not pick Danny Briggs in this one.
Listen, you don't got to sit here and tell me all about Danny Briggs. I am very, very familiar with the strong style I don't even know what that is, but the hooligan here, I don't like him. And the fact that he's even getting this opportunity to potentially earn a championship match or whatever, it just gets under my skin, and I'm agitated here, Tyler.
From Pompano Beach, Florida, weighing in at 165 pounds, Mr. 954, Chris Farrow!
Well, good doctor, I got something to cheer you right back up. How about Mr. Charismatic, Mr. 954, Chris Farrow in the house here in Port St. Lucie. Of course, former CCW Cruiserweight Champion, but not only once, but twice held that CCW Cruiserweight Championship. You gotta love Farrow, Eric.
Oh, absolutely. Every time Chris Farrow's in the ring, it's a highlight reel. It's a video game come to life. Everyone loves Chris Farrow. But hey, he's in there tonight with a very, very strong competition. The next two men who are about to enter the ring are very strong competitors. I'm excited here.
From Miami, Florida, weighing at 190 pounds, he is just an icon, Jay Vidal.
Jay Vidal, former CCW Cruiserweight Champion in his own right. We have seen Jay and Chris Farrow have some amazing matchups in the past, and it's great to see that they are going to mix it up here tonight in this four-way. Jay Vidal always dripping in flamboyancy, always so charismatic. I don't even know who wins that charismatic competition between Chris Farrow and Jay Vidal. It's going to be interesting to see, but man, Jay Vidal as of late has pushed Elliot Crow to his limits, has pushed Cha-Cha Charlie to his limits, and was on the winning end of that crazy six-man tag match back at Vice City Slam 2 when he teamed with Gangrel and Cha-Cha Charlie, knocking off the King's Court.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. Right now, Jay Vidal has all the momentum in the world. And I know for a fact, I spoke with him earlier today, he has a chip on his shoulder. He's looking to continue it tonight.
From South Jersey, weighing at 207 pounds, here's Jackal Stevens!
Jackal Stevens, the loose cannon, the most unpredictable man in the last territory, the man that only beats to the sound of his own drum is Jackal. And how about former four-time Southeastern champion, former heavyweight champion? There isn't a whole lot that Jackal Stevens hasn't accomplished in the last territory, and he has had some barn burners with not only Chris Farrow, but also Danny Briggs this year, and also next week at Breakout 51 will be taking on Jay Vidal in singles competition. Good doctor, this star-studded four-way match is on the way, and we alluded to it earlier. You got to think whoever comes out on top is going to be right in line for a championship opportunity.
And when you got this caliber of talent in the ring, how can you not argue that one of these men deserve a championship match regardless of who wins? And I know Jackal Stevens 2025 has been a roller coaster year for this man, and he has been chasing Eddie Valentine time and time again for an opportunity at that CCW heavyweight championship. And he seemingly has been screwed over every single time, and I know tonight he's bringing it.
Yeah, he's been remembering the King's Court screwing him over ever since then. He's been packing it. He's been having that luggage. Oh man, and taking it to every match. But how about Jay Vidal with that beautiful drop kick, sending Jackal Stevens to the outside. And now here we go, the two cruiserweights of this matchup going at it. And like I said, Jay Vidal and Chris Farrell have had some classics in the past. Look at that. Great stop there by Vidal, right into another enziguri. And you see Jay Vidal playing some mind games, rushing that corner up and puts on the brakes. Oh, just slaps the taste out of Chris Farrell's mouth.
One thing I love about Jay Vidal is he will use all that charisma and he will get this crowd behind him. But just as he just did, slapping the taste out of Chris Farrell's mouth, he will bring it every single time. Take this man seriously.
And here we go, Danny Briggs in the ring. Oh, toe trip right there with that drop toe hold. And man, Briggs landed awkwardly there, and it was awkward for Farrell as well. Oh, thrust kick there. Straight to Jackal. And Jackal lands in an awkward position for Danny Briggs as well.
What is happening here?
I couldn't tell you, Eric, but right now, Jay Vidal, he's got a train of skull crushers. Taking a page out of Ricky Martinez's book, all three men being victimized by Jay Vidal with those skull crushers.
Is this a wrestling match or another rendition of the Human Centipede? What was that?
I couldn't tell you, but Jackal in no laughing mood as he just dumps out Vidal. And you knew these four such different personas, four elements were going to combust in this one, as now it's Danny Briggs and Jackal Stevens back in the ring, our two heavyweights of this match. And look at that, just taking Jackal out of the sky, locking that ankle. Such a great job by Danny Briggs. I know you had a lot of history with Danny Briggs, good doctor, you and Eddie Torres. But even you have to admit how tough a competitor, oh man, Danny Briggs is.
I don't like Danny Briggs, but you might just be right. Personally, I did like him better when he had hair a few weeks ago, though. Looking like the real Slim Shady. I'm glad he shaved it.
And Jackal, though, tried to swing and missed wildly. Briggs right there, but man, Jackal and Briggs brawling on the outside. And this is just what these two love to do, isn't it, Eric? Just dish out punishment, brawl on the outside, but inside the ring, we're back with Jay Vidal and Chris Farrell. Farrell, Irish whipping Jay Vidal, but Vidal! Tope Suicina! And where the hell did that come from? And look,
what's Chris Farrell going for here?
Mr. 954, Tope con Hilo, wiping out all of the competition.
The action is fast and furious. I don't know where to look. Chris Farrell's got all the momentum in the world. Here we go, folks.
And Eric, I wouldn't expect anything less from Chris Farrell, risking his body, putting it all on the line in this four-way matchup, and now he's got Vidal isolated. This could be Chris Farrell's match to win. You know he likes to hit it 450. No. Vidal up on his feet, sending Chris Farrell into that corner. It's got Farrell all strung up there in that corner. Farrell's trying to regain his balance, good doctor.
This is not a good spot for Chris Farrell.
Look at this. Farrell needs to get out of there. No, he can't. Vidal stomps him down. But it's a cutter from nowhere by Danny Briggs. Now Danny Briggs, 1, 2, but oh, Jackal Stevens with the flying headbutt to save this matchup.
Where did Jackal Stevens come from? I actually believed that Danny Briggs had this on. I thought he had it.
What a matchup we're seeing. This is the type of action you can expect at Summer Glory here in beautiful Port St. Lucie. Man, these four competitors want it in the worst way, don't they?
I said this match could potentially be the match of the night, and these four men are not disappointing.
All four men have won their respective championships in CCW, but they want this big win. They want a next championship opportunity, and they are dishing out blows. Man, Jay Vidal got rocked by Briggs, but it's Pharaoh with that enziguri to Jackal. He's the last man up. No, Briggs is right there with him. Pumps him up. Pump up powerbomb. But Briggs isn't done. Rolls him through. What has Briggs got here? Package pile driver. My goodness. That's got to do it.
It's over.
Two, but Vidal saves it. What is it going to take? What are these four men made of? Oh, but it's a headbutt from Briggs. Briggs looking to be in control, pops up Vidal, but Vidal with a punch landing clean on Briggs. And look at this, Briggs is still brawling, Eric, still fighting against Vidal.
Back and forth, these men are taking it to one another.
Oh, but it's another headbutt to extinguish the fire of Vidal. But Vidal, oh my goodness! Well, you can say that's unorthodox. Just giving him a smooch, and it's a Slaymore kick. But Briggs, so smart, rolling to the outside, not letting Vidal capitalize with a pin. And look at Jackal, he's right behind him. Olympic, no. Jay Vidal boots him. He wants that power bottom bomb. Jackal, though, flipping him over, hooks the legs. He's got him, he got him.
Here's your winner, Jackal Stevens!
Jay Vidal took just a little bit too long setting up that powerbomb, and Jackal Stevens was able to take advantage and get the win, Tyler.
Wow, you want to talk about being opportunistic. Look no farther than Jackal Stevens was calm, cool, and collect the whole match, and he was sitting there waiting for his opportunity, and he got it. Danny Briggs disappointed here. What a four-way matchup. Eric, you might have called it. It's still early in the night, but that had all the makings to be match of the night. And Jackal Stevens rolling up Jay Vidal, getting that 1-2-3. I think there's a championship opportunity for Jackal Stevens very near here in the future. But coming up next, Eric, we got the women in action.
Absolutely. You've got Carolina Cruz coming after the CCW Women's Champion, Nikki Blackheart.
It is going to be one hell of a matchup. Of course, in the past, Nikki Blackheart has defeated Carolina Cruz, but these are two such different women from where they were in the past to where they are now. You got Nikki Blackheart, who has dethroned her former best friend in Ruthie J, has become CCW Women's Champion, and then on the other side, they got Carolina Cruz, who has had a complete attitude change since there. I know you enjoyed her attitude change.
I have. She is more vicious, more violent than ever before, but she's also stepping in the ring with someone like Nikki Blackheart, the strongest woman in the last territory. But Tyler, looks like Danny Briggs has something to say.
He does.
Wait, hang on. I have a green card, you stupid prat.
Danny Briggs always has to clear that one up with our fans here.
All right. But there's one thing for sure, I always love to see Danny Briggs lose a match. I don't know why he had to remind people about his green card status, but hey, here we are. We got women's wrestling coming up, folks.
Absolutely. With all this wildness behind us, let's send it to the ring to Sarah Wilder to get on for our women's championship match.
Port St. Lucie, are we ready for some women's wrestling action? The following contest is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the CCW Women's Championship.
Havana Savage not only embracing that attitude change with her antics and what she does in the ring, but also her ring attire. I mean, when she faced off with Nikki Blackheart, it was about the glitz and the glamour. It was about showing off for the fans. No showing off here. Leather jacket and camo is what Carolina Cruz comes out in, and she is all business, and she wants to become CCW Women's Champion here tonight, Eric.
When you're stepping in the ring with someone like Nikki Blackheart, you have to be a savage. I'm excited to see what Carolina brings tonight.
Nikki Blackheart has held that women's championship now for over 70 days. But man, Eric, what a reign it has been. It seems like any challenger that steps up to Nikki Blackheart, she just puts down. And going and giving Ruthie J those multiple championship opportunities shows the character of Nikki Blackheart. Shows that she doesn't back down to anyone. She didn't care that Ruthie J held on to that championship for over 600 days, was such a dominant women's champion. Blackheart kept letting Ruthie J have those rematches until it got to that Hialeah Street fight, where it seems like Nikki Blackheart finally got that huge win over Ruthie J and can now move on past Ruthie J to all these new up-and-coming challengers.
You said it yourself, 70 days as champion, but in CCW, that feels like a lifetime. This is the first time Nikki Blackheart is entering the Mid-Florida Event Center since winning the title at Game of War, and I know tonight she is looking to continue this reign of dominance that she has had, but look at the face of Carolina Cruz. That is a woman who is all business. She doesn't care about the 3 million views that Nikki Blackheart got. She wants to take her down and become champion and prove why the Savage is reigning supreme.
Here we go, both women meet in the center of the ring with a collar and elbow tie-up. Carolina Cruz, man, quick snapmare there, and look, going straight to the hair. And I don't agree with that, but I think Carolina Cruz is going to have to pull every trick out of the book, use every different tactic she can to try to throw off Nikki Blackheart off her A-game.
Nikki Blackheart, like I said, one of the strongest women in CCW, and this is exactly what Carolina Cruz needs to do. You got to get Nikki off her feet right away. You got to use that savage mentality, because otherwise Nikki does stuff like this that really almost humiliates her opponents.
Yeah, Nikki Blackheart, I mean, with her power, like I said, humiliating is a way to put it, but the one thing about Carolina Cruz is that Havana Savage, she is such a scrappy competitor. Not only is she so technically gifted in the square circle, but man, she is so tough, and she could fight from down under and really surprise her opponents. As right now, there you go, you see a handful of hair right behind the referee's view. Tried for that clothesline, tried for a back elbow, but Blackheart just a little bit quicker on that exchange.
We talk about the strength, the size of Nikki Blackheart. Her speed and agility is not talked about enough.
She just set that one up for you on a silver platter, Eric.
Yes, she did.
A drop kick. Now here comes Blackheart, missing wildly though. Carolina Cruz, backstabber, man. That is so huge this early in the match, and now Cruz is stomping away at the CCW Women's Champion. That backstabber, that could really disrupt the breathing, that lower back of Nikki Blackheart really could have done damage to that cardio tank.
I love the fact that I'm talking about the agility of Nikki, then she hits that drop kick. You're talking about the scrappy nature of Carolina Cruz, then she hits that backstabber. These women, they know what they need to do to get the job done tonight.
And again, Carolina Cruz has that chip on her shoulder, you know, losing all the way back at Bash 46 to Nikki Blackheart. That really has lit a fire under her. And now with this new attitude that she's come in with, we're seeing it firsthand how aggressive she is being with the women's champion. No backing down at Carolina Cruz.
This is exactly what she needs to do. You got to stay on Nikki.
Now hooking that leg one. No, just a 1 count. Our champion with a big, powerful kick out. But still not able to get up to her feet. Carolina Cruz capitalizing, knee strike right down the middle of that back, and another one from Cruz. Cruz going for another cover. 1, 2. And I got another great strategy by Carolina, staying all over the champion, hitting her with covers, different strikes like elbows and knees. There's another cover, Eric.
And listen, these pinfalls, they might not get the job done this early in the match, but what she is doing, she is exhausting Nikki Blackheart. Every single time you have to kick out, it takes so much energy to do so. This is a strategy, folks. You have to think about strategy versus endurance. And right now, it's all about strategy when it comes to Carolina Cruz.
And look, how about that cartwheel handspring into the back elbow, crushing Blackheart in the corner. Now, center of the ring with a sliding lariat. Hooks the leg again, 1, 2, and another kick out, but noticeably slower from Blackheart. Not that same explosive kick out we saw earlier.
Exactly. We had a lot of 1 counts early on in this match, but now we're getting closer to those 2s, almost 3s. Carolina Cruz needs to take advantage of this situation. Don't worry about the crowd. Don't worry about all the glitz and the glam. Get the job done.
And that is what Carolina Cruz looks to do, as right now that bow and arrow stretch, that knee right in the back, Eric. And you being such a profound manager here in the last territory, is that what you tell your guys when they go in there against a bigger, more dominant opponent? Just try to smother them, try to burn that cardio?
Absolutely. When you're in there with someone the size of Nikki Blackheart,
oh, roll up there. Oh man, Blackheart almost snooks up.
Who can take advantage of any situation. Sometimes you need to get her off her feet and just stay on her. Sometimes it is about strategy or endurance.
And how about that? Another cover, but just a 2. Great insight here from the good Dr. Eric Christopher. And Carolina Cruz, now I think this is a mistake. She was doing great, cover after cover, strike after strike. Now she's got her hands on her hips, a little bit frustrated that she hasn't gotten the job done yet against our women's champion. Face first to the turnbuckle. Now Cruz, center again. Our champion seems to be a little bit rocked here, Eric.
She is, but...
Oh, our women's champion making me eat my own words as she caught. How about the strength and a mat return? Caught Carolina Cruz out of the air.
Nikki Blackheart is so good at taking advantage of situations. Carolina Cruz gave her a little bit of space there, and here comes Nikki Blackheart taking down the opponent.
I gotta tell you, I thought Nikki Blackheart was rocked there in the corner. I thought Carolina Cruz had all the momentum, and there Blackheart proving me wrong. Both women getting up to a knee here. That is gonna break the count. What do they have left after a clothesline from Nikki Blackheart? Really changing the momentum of this one. Ducking that clothesline, and there it is, that patented power slam. Beautifully done. 2.
Beautifully done, but does not get the job done just yet.
Carolina Cruz, so tough, so scrappy, staying in this one, kicking out of that power slam. And Eric, what is Nikki Blackheart thinking here? Oh, doesn't matter, as just sending down Blackheart was Carolina. And now trying to get that stretch on, but no, Blackheart got straight to the ropes.
Props to Nikki Blackheart, the ring awareness to get to the rope right away as Carolina was trying to get on that submission.
Oh, wait a second here, Eric. Has her hooked up. It's Blackheart bomb. Nobody's kicked out. 2 and 3. Nobody will. Wow.
Here is your winner, and still your CCW Women's
from the kickoff of this match, we were talking about the power, the strength of Nikki Blackheart, and we saw it right there. Thrusted that boot to the midsection, completely stunned and stopped the momentum of Carolina Cruz, then got hooked up in that Blackheart bomb. 1, 2, 3. Our women's champion is just so powerful, Eric. It is going to be hard for any woman in the last territory to put an end to this reign.
Carolina Cruz came into this match with a strategy. She tried to get that submission hold on, but Nikki Blackheart so strong, able to kick her off, create that separation, and hit that Blackheart bomb for the 1, 2, 3. I agree with you, Tyler. I don't know who or what could potentially take that title off of Nikki Blackheart.
And with that being said, we've seen on CCW socials multiple times, Nikki Blackheart has thrown out the challenge. It doesn't matter if you're in the last territory. It doesn't matter if you're in the state of Florida. Nikki Blackheart has thrown out the gauntlet. If you want a shot at my CCW Women's Championship, show up and let's get to it. Well, again, great title defense by the women's champion, Nikki Blackheart. But now, Eric, coming up, this one is a bit personal as it's Maximus Khan taking on Ozzy Killmeister.
It was just a few weeks ago in Vero Beach that we saw Maximus Khan get in the face of Ozzy Killmeister, and quite frankly, he called him something that we can't say on commentary, little female dog action, but hey, Ozzy Killmeister has an opportunity to correct that.
And let's see how it goes down right now. Let's head to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
We saw Maximus Khan make a deal with himself, a deal that I don't need anybody in CCW. I don't need any alliances. I don't need any partners. I don't need any friends. When he stabbed Cha-Cha Charlie in the back after their tag team match against the CCW tag team champion Stallion Rogers and Matt Riddle. And then after that, just going on the assault, going backstage, taking out Meadow. We haven't seen Meadow since. Meadow dealing with an injury. And then Meadow showed up in Nashville, of all places, just last night, returning from injury. So it's been a whole month since we've seen Meadow. We know how tough Meadow is. I think you're a perfect question to ask this, Eric. What is going on in the head of Maximus Khan?
We spent the entire last match talking about the attitude change of Carolina Cruz, but the attitude change of Maximus Khan has been so dangerous for the entire CCW roster. This man is tired of the games. He's tired of dealing with the fans and wanting their approval. He wants gold in CCW. This is one of the longest reigning tag team champions in the last territory, and it's time that Maximus steps up, gets some singles gold under his belt, and tonight he's looking to make an example of the most hardcore metalhead in professional wrestling.
That same metalhead, also a man who's trying to make a huge impact in the heavyweight division, has a scheduled title shot coming up at the next Bash at the Brew. We'll have to keep up with our main event to see who he will be facing.
And his opponent, marching straight from the pit, weighing in at a very heavy metal 198 pounds, the most hardcore metalhead in
we talked about the history a little bit of Maximus Khan. How about what Ozzy Killmeister has gone through this year, getting betrayed by his best friend Skitz, having to go to war against Skitz, and Agony finally closing the coffin on Skitz and Agony, putting them in the rearview mirror, and then he sees Maximus Khan doing these antics of destroying Cha-Cha Charlie, destroying Meadow, and finally had the goal to go up to Maximus Khan and say, hey, what the hell are you doing? Trying to make a statement, and then of course, we saw that video that came out backstage. Maximus Khan then called Ozzy Killmeister something that we can't say.
A little beep. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good, but we have seen Ozzy Killmeister doing some incredible things as of late. You mentioned all those battles with Skitz and Agony. It was only a few weeks ago that he had a hellacious bunkhouse match against Beastman in Tampa, where he was thrown off a scaffolding and still got the job done. And now he's in there with one of the strongest men in CCW history, Maximus Khan. Another monster in his own right. Let's see if Ozzy can do the unthinkable once again.
And to your point, you want to make a statement, the heavyweight division. How about beating Beastman and then going and trying to knock off Maximus Khan? This match was originally scheduled to take place at Bash of the Brew 55. Maximus Khan was unable to make it, but I think that amps this one even more. I think that both men have been boiling with this personal agenda with one another, have been biting at the bit to just go after one another. We're going to see it right now.
But I'm going to right away, I'm going to question some things, Tyler. We mentioned that upcoming CCW World Heavyweight Championship match that Ozzy Killmeister has at Bash at the Brew. Is he looking past Maximus Khan? Yes, he has been slaying all these beasts, defeating all the monsters here in CCW, but when you've got an upcoming opportunity, the biggest opportunity of his career so far, how is he prepared for this match? Is he ready for Maximus Khan?
And to add on to that, not only the biggest opportunity as Maximus Khan just launches Ozzy in the corner, the biggest two opportunities of Ozzy's career, as next week at Breakout 51, Ozzy takes on TNA International Champion Steve Macklin in a one-on-one match. Ozzy has a huge 2 weeks in front of him, and right now, though, he's got a huge beast of Maximus Khan in front of him.
All the momentum in the world for the most hardcore metalhead in pro wrestling, but can he get the job done tonight to keep it going?
And you know, if there is one man that would love to spoil the fun, spoil that momentum, it's Maximus Khan, who already let his thoughts known on Ozzy Killmeister. He sees those next 2 weeks, and I'm sure he doesn't want Ozzy Killmeister to even make it to that. But Ozzy, though, up and over, going back to his cruiserweight roots. Of course, Ozzy, former CCW Cruiserweight Champion.
The longest reigning in CCW history.
And look at that disc. Oh, clothesline met Ozzy Killmeister and beat him to the punch that Maximus Khan.
And one has to wonder, if Maximus Khan is able to defeat Ozzy Killmeister tonight, what does that mean for that upcoming CCW heavyweight title match? Does Maximus is he now involved in it? Who knows?
Well, I would say even with a win here tonight, Ozzy Killmeister has done more to prove himself worthy of that championship opportunity. I don't think it would be taken away from him, but I could guarantee you one thing, Maximus Khan would be right next in line. As Maximus, this time it didn't work for Ozzy, as Maximus caught Ozzy, no. Killmeister slipped out the back door. High kick there from Ozzy, another one. Ozzy's got all these things weighing on his mind, and he's got Maximus Khan that he's had some beef with. Trying to go after that arm as Ozzy ringing it out, looking for an Irish whip. No, Maximus Khan puts on the brakes and sends Ozzy down hard. Eric, I would say in this one, Maximus Khan has that explosive advantage, has the cardio take advantage, has the power advantage. I would really say Ozzy Killmeister's two advantages of this one is his toughness and resilience, the fact that you can't kill the metal, and all these fans here supporting him. I don't know if you'd agree with that.
I honestly would. I mean, Ozzy Killmeister arguably is the heart of the last territory. He's the workhorse of CCW. No man has wrestled more matches in the last several years than Ozzy Killmeister here in CCW.
Oh.
But man, is Maximus Khan just giving it to the most metalhead.
Khan just a freak athlete. We're seeing it on full display as right now controlling the pace of this one. Try for that wild clothesline, but no! Ozzy eats a big boot from Maximus Khan. Khan right now cutting Ozzy Killmeister off at every corner, good doctor.
Maximus is thinking about the fact that Ozzy has defeated all these monsters. But Maximus is making a statement right now that, hey, you beat all those guys, but they weren't me.
Cover now. Just a one. Oh, man.
Adding insult to injury with those slaps to the chest.
Two. Just a two there. It's still unbelievable to see this attitude change of Maximus Khan. I mean, it was just 2 months ago in this very building at Game of War, he was part of that team where him, Domino, Jackal, all these guys, they got together, they put aside their differences, and they defeated the King's Court, and you really saw Maximus Khan working together as a unit, and then he just threw that all away here recently.
Listen, I'm not going to argue with anyone. Anyone that decides to turn their back on Cha-Cha Charlie is a good man, in my opinion. But Maximus Khan, this attitude change that we mentioned before, he wants to be more violent. He wants to be more vicious. He wants to take it to his opponent, grab the hair of Ozzy Killmeister, slam him down just to make a statement.
You're right, Eric. Just pure violence from Maximus Khan thus far. And Ozzy's really in trouble here. I know I shouldn't even propose this question with Ozzy Killmeister, knowing his history, knowing his character. But with the next 2 weeks and the way this match is going, Eric, I mean, one has to think about the future of Ozzy Killmeister and maybe just taking it easy in this match and just trying to get to the next 2 weeks.
It brings back up my point that I made earlier. Was he overlooking Maximus Khan? You mentioned he's got Steve Macklin, the TNA International Champion, next week. And then he could face either Eddie Valentine or Gangrel at Bash at the Brew. I mean, who knows?
But I guess the problem is with that statement is what we're seeing is just there is no quit in Ozzy Killmeister. There's no way that question I proposed even went through the mind of Ozzy. He wants to fight tooth and nail to destroy Maximus Khan and walk out here victorious and really prove Maximus wrong about what Maximus has been saying about Ozzy.
But at this point in the match, Maximus Khan is just bullying Ozzy Killmeister. This is a beast playing with his food.
Look at that, just stomping, using the ropes. Referee giving that break. Referee doing a good job there, getting Maximus Khan off of Ozzy Killmeister. Gotta say, we have seen a lot of iterations of Maximus Khan. We have seen him as the most dominant one half of tag team champions in CCW history. But this may be the most impressive version of Maximus Khan we have seen here in the last territory.
This is a man who simply does not care anymore about his opponents, about the fans' adoration. He just wants to punish.
Oh. Well, again, look at the heart and spirit of Ozzy Killmeister. Straight in a chop with a combination. No! Man, Ozzy Killmeister just got sat down by Maximus Khan. My goodness, what a clothesline.
This man is a lion, and he wants to defeat his prey.
And now Maximus Khan not happy with the referee's count. He wants to make everyone wake up in that square circle.
But right now, he's trying to put Ozzy Killmeister to sleep.
Got that chin lock applied, and it may be under the chin, though. Look at that size of that arm of Maximus. Just trying to strangle the life of Ozzy. Ozzy's
fading.
Oh, but Ozzy, there you go.
Oh, the horns are up.
He's throwing up the horns, Eric. You just can't kill the metal. Can Ozzy Killmeister get back into this one?
There's life in Ozzy Killmeister. He's ready to mosh.
He got that jawbreaker off. Dazed and confused right now is Maximus Khan. He is rocked. Discus forearm from Ozzy. And now Ozzy's got him. Moshplex. And Ozzy coming off the ropes. Oh, the most heavy metal senton you will see. 1, 2. No, Maximus kicking out. Just not enough to get the job done against Maximus Khan right now.
But at this point, Ozzy's got to do everything he can to ignore all the punishment that he has been through and stay on Maximus Khan. This is the opportunity he has been waiting for, and he's got to capitalize.
Could be looking for that whiplash. No, Maximus Khan saw it coming, went to the hair, backed up Ozzy in the corner, and now dishing out right hands. Man, heavy right hands, non-stop. Even the referee, oh man, barking at the ref.
That referee would be smart to get out of the way.
And referee, I think is
Oh, wait.
Oh, man, just threw down. Or referee did Maximus Khan. Referee calling for the bell. Maximus Khan has been disqualified. But look at Ozzy fighting out from that corner. Headbutts after headbutts. The most metal head. Oh, but a low blow.
Well, folks, this match is over.
Maximus Khan just unleashing on Ozzy Killmeister. Just so angry, seeing red, throwing the referee and getting disqualified. It still is, I mean, referee needs to get Maximus out of the ring.
I don't know what Maximus is planning here.
Oh!
We might need someone to come out here and help Ozzy.
Just stomping Ozzy head first. Here comes our senior official, Ref Amy. And Maximus Khan is happy with himself. He doesn't even care he got disqualified.
Maximus Khan has been disqualified. Here is your winner, Ozzy Killmeister.
Well, good, Doctor.
Oh, I don't know if Maximus is going to be happy hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, Ozzy may have been announced as the winner, but he sure does not look like it right now. As Maximus Khan, I mean, he just snapped and was dishing out haymakers in that corner. Ozzy finally back into his feet. Wait a second.
Oh, Ozzy, know what's good for you. Stay down. Stay down, Ozzy.
Maximus Khan is back in the ring. Great awakening! Speared Ozzy in half after the match. No damn good reason to do any of this. Walking right over Ozzy Killmeister. Can we get him out of the ring? We get it. You made your point. Wasn't out here to win, just like what he did to Meadow. He was out to maim and injure, just like he did with Cha-Cha Charlie, and he did it tonight with Ozzy Killmeister. What the hell has gotten into Maximus Khan?
But where does this leave Ozzy Killmeister?
He's got the two biggest matches of his career in the next 2 weeks, and he just got dished out so much punishment from Maximus Khan. But look at Ozzy.
Oh no, Ozzy.
And Ozzy Killmeister letting Maximus Khan know exactly how he feels. And Ozzy, you just can't kill the metal, somehow back up to his feet.
Wow.
Like we said, it is going to be next week at Breakout. Oh, wait a second. No, Maximus Khan is not done. Lead pipe in hand. And the referee's going to get that out of his head. He's getting it back in the ring. Eric, he's going to try to end Ozzy's career. Look at Ozzy. He doesn't give a damn. He's not backing up. Oh!
Ozzy defiant as ever, but it was not smart.
Oh, and again, all over Ozzy. Our officials coming out here. And look, just grabbing. And look,
Dan Evans coming out here to try to restore order. But this is not smart, Dan.
Dan trying to get in there. Look at that. The whole locker room pouring out here. Jumping on top of Ozzy Killmeister. S2S covering up Killmeister. We have students and officials in the ring.
You know what, Maximus? Hit Dan.
Dan, oh, come on, Eric. Don't say that.
Just kind of put a smile on my face if you did it. But this is just not looking good for Ozzy Killmeister.
Well, all I can say right now is thank goodness for S2S. Thank goodness for our officials. Thank goodness for Dan Evans coming out here and putting a stop to Maximus Khan. Well, a statement has been made by Maximus Khan, and we mentioned it. The next 2 weeks are the biggest moments of Ozzy Killmeister's career. He's got a TNA International Championship match next week at Breakout 51 against Steve Macklin. Then the following week, he has a CCW Heavyweight Championship opportunity at Bash at the Brew 56. And Maximus Khan just did that to him.
I'm not sure, Tyler. I think those two big matches may be in jeopardy now. We just watched Ozzy Killmeister get beat down with a pipe.
Well, we will stay in tune for the medical update on Ozzy Killmeister, but we got to keep Summer Glory rolling on here because coming up next, it is nothing but trouble. Big Ben Bishop taking on the franchise, Cha-Cha Charlie. Let's head to the ring to Sarah Wilder.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Get ready, because here comes
Introducing first, from Providence, Rhode Island, standing at 6 feet 12 inches and weighing in at 15% of a metric ton, Big Trouble Ben Bishop!
Good doctor, are you ready for some trouble with Big Ben Bishop? Wait a second, what does his shirt say that he's coming out here with?
That shirt is proof that Big Trouble Ben Bishop just had a WWE tryout at SummerSlam. Unlike someone like Cha-Cha Charlie, this man is an international sensation. Everyone loves Big Ben Bishop. Ben, Ben, Ben.
Wow, the good doctor is certainly a fan of Big Ben Bishop. And I understand, getting that WWE tryout is so important. It's such an amazing, unbelievable, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But do you really have to rub everyone's nose in it? Come out here with a shirt. He was talking trash on social media about Cha-Cha not getting that WWE tryout. I mean, does Bishop really need to do that?
This man hates being here in Port St. Lucie. He has his own locker room. He doesn't want to fraternize with any of the talent here in CCW, and it's proof in the pudding. He got a tryout, Tyler. Unlike this guy.
And his opponent, from Washington Heights, New York City, representing the Dominican Republic, weighing in at 220 pounds, the franchise, Cha-Cha Charlie!
What is this, Tyler?
We got some mini Cha-Chas out here accompanying Cha-Cha Charlie, the franchise. The man of the people is Cha-Cha Charlie.
Not a single one of those kids are actually dancing the cha-cha.
Oh, Eric, would you stop it? Criticizing children's dance moves.
Do you expect anything less? Let's be honest, I love a good dance routine, and that was not what I just saw. I get it. Everyone here in Port St. Lucie loves Cha-Cha Charlie. Everybody loves Cha-Cha Charlie. But he's about to get in the ring with Big Trouble, a man who got that WWE tryout. He's a sensation all over TikTok. and this man, Cha-Cha, does not know what he's getting himself into.
I'll tell you, not only do they love him here in Port St. Lucie, they love him everywhere. Everywhere Cha-Cha Charlie steps, the people show their admiration.
Yuck.
And Cha-Cha has a gripe to pick with Big Ben Bishop shoving that WWE tryout in his face. Just
as he should.
Mocking, ridiculing Cha-Cha that he didn't get a tryout. Cha-Cha Charlie wants to show Ben Bishop who really is the franchise of CCW. Well, let's put nothing past Big Ben Bishop. You know, a viral sensation, loves to have fun on social media, but he is 4-1 in the last territory. But he did lose the last time he was in this building at Game of War due to the antics of Bill Alfonso and the agility of S2S.
Let's be honest here. It was only because of Bill Alfonso.
Absolutely not. I saw that match. S2S got that cradle, got that pin, 1, 2, 3 on Big Ben Bishop.
Yuck.
But Bishop has been dominant in Nashville. Like I said, 4-1. Anyone the last territory puts up against Ben Bishop, Bishop puts him away. As Bishop would say, standing at 6'12", has the obvious power and size advantage against Cha-Cha. But Cha-Cha's got home field advantage. And I would say he may have a quicker step on Big Ben Bishop, but Bishop is in amazing shape and has sneaky agility.
I mean, look at him. Look at the size of this man, 6'12". That is very, very tall, folks. I'm not sure how it's coming across on camera, but this man is huge.
Cha-Cha Charlie, though, not afraid to go up against giants. Who could forget that legendary rivalry against AJ Francis? Cha-Cha is no stranger to taking on big men.
I'm not sure this is smart. Cha-Cha Charlie challenging Ben Bishop to a test of strength when Ben clearly has the high ground here.
And I got to agree with you. But looks like Cha-Cha's doing a little bit something else than just doing a test of strength.
Oh, no. Ben, don't fall for this.
And inadvertently making Ben Bishop Cha-Cha. But look at Big Ben has got him goozled. If he hits this choke slam, it could be over. No. Cha-Cha out of the way. Right hands from Cha-Cha Charlie. Look at that. One shove from Ben sends Cha-Cha halfway across the ring. But no quitting. Cha-Cha keeps on following up with those right hands this time. Has been in the corner, but man, Eric, that power does so much.
You mentioned his rivalry with AJ Francis. He had a hellacious rivalry against Jackal Stevens earlier this year, but Cha-Cha Charlie has never stepped foot in the ring with someone like Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
And you have been against Cha-Cha Charlie for a large portion of your career. You have had many run-ins with Cha-Cha. What's the game plan usually when you go up against Cha-Cha Charlie? What do you tell your clients?
Number one, do not let him make you dance. How disgusting, how disrespectful is it that Cha-Cha makes people dance? This is professional wrestling. There's an art form to this, and it's not dancing. This isn't ballet. You're gonna get your butt kicked.
Well, it looks like Big Ben Bishop, he did fail that first step because he inadvertently started dancing with Cha-Cha.
Don't remind me.
Looks like still is dominating this one. Cha-Cha on the outside, gathering himself, trying to get in. Oh man, shoulder thrust there. Outside in, sunset flip, but no, the big man holding on to the middle rope. And this time just put on the brakes and lifting up Cha-Cha.
You almost got to question the strategy here of Cha-Cha Charlie. Clearly, Big Ben Bishop has the size advantage on the quote-unquote franchise of CCW. This is a guy who's coming off of that WWE tryout, folks.
There it is.
And now he's going to make a statement. He wants to beat the local legend that is Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha Charlie is just so popular here in the state of Florida, but it even goes beyond the state of Florida with the popularity of Cha-Cha. But the last territory really is his home, and Now, Big Ben Bishop is having fun. He feels confident.
Look how good Ben Bishop looks in that hat. That hat has never looked better.
Now you like the dance moves when it's Big Ben.
Of course. Clearly.
Cha-Cha, though, oh, catching Big Ben lacking. Jawbreaker on the top rope. Cha-Cha in the ring. Lowering down that top rope sends Big Ben Bishop right up and over. And Cha-Cha trying to get fired up. Tope Suicida hit it connected. It looked like Ben tried to get a grasp with Cha-Cha, tried to catch him, just couldn't do it. Cha-Cha too much there for Big Ben Bishop. Cha-Cha hurrying up back in the ring. Great basement drop kick there. Taking out the leg of Big Ben. Then a thrust kick. Tried for a boot down the pipe. Big Ben had it scouted but didn't see the enziguri coming. Down goes Big Ben Bishop for the first time in this match. Cha-Cha has been down. Look at that. Referee handing off Cha-Cha Charlie his hat.
Did Cha-Cha pay off the ref?
I think Cha-Cha asked referee to go get that hat. Mango splash, no. Nobody home.
Wasting time getting your hat, and Ben Bishop's going to make him pay for it.
And now Ben throwing that hat back to the referee. Not happy with the ref, as now he's stomping away at the abdomen of Cha-Cha Charlie. Head first goes Cha-Cha on that top turnbuckle. Big Ben wants to paint that chest of Cha-Cha red with that big clubbing forearm. And good doctor right now. I mean, we saw that burst of offense from Cha-Cha Charlie, but really Big Ben Bishop didn't even look phased.
Ben Bishop in the best shape of his life. He's got superstar written all over him.
Now coming off those ropes is Big Ben, and now giant back elbow crushing Cha-Cha. Now Cha-Cha sitting in that corner. Not for long. Look at the power, Bishop. Like Cha-Cha weighs nothing, putting him up on his shoulders and slams him straight down.
Down goes the franchise.
Look at this, Big Ben not going for a cover. Saying he's the man, and now big elbow drop. Now that could do it. 1, 2, and Cha-Cha just barely getting that shoulder up. And Eric, you've seen it with firsthand experience, the resiliency of Cha-Cha Charlie. I don't know how he does it, but he just takes a beating and keeps on going.
It is that heart of Cha-Cha that just keeps on ticking every single time. You do have to get him down a lot, and I understand he's loved by these fans. He feeds off the energy in every city we are in, just like he's doing right now. Ben Bishop, you got to stay on him.
But Cha-Cha is breaking away from Ben's grip, throwing those right haymakers. Going from Irish whip, no, it's Ben with the Irish whip. Now Cha-Cha in the corner. Ben rushed him with his hands down. Cha-Cha made him pay for it with that boot up. Cha-Cha now second rope, going to fly, no, just can't connect as it's a flatliner from Big Ben Bishop. That could do it.
1,
Good doctor.
2.
It's Big Cho, no.
Not enough to keep Cha-Cha down. You can tell the frustration starting to build on Ben Bishop.
And now just a full-blown stranglehold on Cha-Cha. And now we're seeing a little bit of aggression, a little bit getting upset with himself in Big Ben Bishop. Starting to look aggravated in there.
It's frustration. You know, he came in here with a game plan. He wanted to take it to Cha-Cha Charlie right away, and the fact that Cha-Cha keeps kicking out every single time, that's got to be very annoying, honestly.
But, like, how much more can Cha-Cha really take of these big body blows? Every time Big Ben Bishop gets him in that corner or just sends him down to the center of the ring like Cha-Cha is right now, he just does so much damage. It has to be weighing on Cha-Cha.
Much like Ozzy Killmeister in the last match, these men here in CCW, they just want to keep on going.
Man, look at this sidewalk slam into a backbreaker right across the knee and just tosses Cha-Cha right off.
I might not like Cha-Cha, but you can't deny the toughness You can't deny the fact that he's trying to prove that if you come into CCW, we're going to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, he is trying to prove that doesn't matter if you had a WWE tryout, doesn't matter if you're a viral sensation. Everyone's talking about you. When you're in CCW, you're in Cha-Cha's house. He's trying to get this win for all of CCW. But right now, Ben Bishop is making sure that doesn't happen.
Absolutely, Tyler. There's no place like CCW across the world. This place is the last territory for a reason.
But look, absolutely right, Eric, but look at Cha-Cha just getting out of that, bounced off that bottom rope to get his footing, rolled off of Big Ben Bishop, ducked that clothesline, but he can't get out of that one. Huge sidewalk slam from nothing but trouble. Big Ben Bishop, 2, and no Cha-Cha once again. Kicking out, but gotta say, every kick out is slower and slower from Cha-Cha Charlie.
You got that right, Tyler.
Big Ben, go ahead.
I was saying every single time Cha-Cha finds an opening, Ben Bishop seems to have an answer for it.
It really has been the story of this match, and just like that right there, driving Cha-Cha into the turnbuckles. He is just wailing on Cha-Cha, taking so much energy out of Cha-Cha. That has to be only a matter of time before Cha-Cha's body has to give in.
You can have all the heart in the world, but you simply cannot outmatch the strength, the size, the brutality of Big Trouble, Ben Bishop.
And now look at this, Big Ben having a breather, sitting there talking to the crowd. I don't agree with it, but so far it's been working for him. Cha-Cha barely getting up to his knees, just has to use Big Ben Bishop's body to support himself to get up. Oh man, did you hear that chop?
Ben Bishop just looking to punish Cha-Cha Charlie.
Now double hand chop for Cha-Cha. And again,
he's giving him an opening though.
Bishop mocking Cha-Cha. Is he taking too much time though? Yes, he is, as the big boot got hung up on that top rope. And look at Cha-Cha just springing out of nowhere, leaping, trying to club down the big man.
This is the opening Cha-Cha needed.
He's got a waist lock, there's no way. He's trying to hoist him up for a German suplex, and I mean, Big Ben Bishop, over 7 feet tall, just too big for Cha-Cha.
Maybe early on in this match, but not right now. There's too much taken out of Cha-Cha. Wait, I might be wrong.
Look at this. Oh, German suplex. I can't believe it. The power and the heart of Cha-Cha coming off the ropes, sliding with that leg drop, and now a standing leg drop. Cha-Cha's feeling it. So is the CCW faithful with that Cha-Cha elbow drop. Hooks the leg, 1, 2, no, Big Ben Bishop, Eric, he just has that much more left in the tank.
Not enough to keep this giant of a man down.
And I don't know what it's going to take for Cha-Cha to try to keep Big Ben Bishop down, but it's going to have to be big, but no! Oh, Ben just with a choke slam! He just completely evaded the sling blade, choke slam Cha-Cha down, that is it, 2 and 3. No way! Did Cha-Cha just kick out?
No way!
Of that choke slam. My goodness, this one is continuing.
Where is this coming from? How is Cha-Cha Charlie still in this, Tyler?
The franchise fighting for the home team, fighting for CCW, trying to prove Big Ben Bishop wrong.
Oh, I think this might be the end.
Big Ben has got Cha-Cha hoisted up, but Cha-Cha finds a way to escape. Bishop eats Cha-Cha's boots as Cha-Cha got the legs up. Oh no, goozled again is Cha-Cha Charlie. But man, still fighting back and forth. And Cha-Cha now, second rope sling blade. How does he do it, Eric?
Oh, Cha-Cha's going up.
He's got the hat.
He's got the hat.
Perched up. Mango splash. 1, 2, 3. My God, he did it.
Here's your winner, Cha-Cha Charlie!
How on earth, Tyler?
WWE tryout, millions of viewers, Everyone's talking about you. It be damned when you're in the last territory, because Cha-Cha gets the big victory over Big Ben Bishop, proving him wrong and maybe shutting up Big Ben for just a little bit about that WWE tryout.
I gotta say, Tyler, I am shocked. Listen, Cha-Cha Charlie came in here tonight. He strapped CCW on his back and said, if you want to come here, you got to go through me. Ben Bishop couldn't get the job done, and now Cha-Cha Charlie, maybe well-deserved, gets to celebrate with all these people here in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Cha-Cha just dug down deep. He kept hanging on, and that was the problem. Big Ben just didn't. He just couldn't flip the kill switch on Cha-Cha Charlie, and Cha-Cha stuck around and picked up that victory. Wow, what a match. Well, the franchise proves exactly why we call him that, as Cha-Cha Charlie gets that amazing win over Big Ben Bishop. Good doctor, we thought Cha-Cha was out of that one.
We did. I mean, I didn't know if Cha-Cha had what it took tonight to overpower Ben Bishop. But at the end of the day, he took advantage of some situations there, and he got the job done. But now, it's main event time.
That is right, as it's Gangrel going into the King's Court match where he must run the gauntlet against the entire King's Court to then get to Eddie Valentine for that CCW Heavyweight Championship. It's your main event. Let's head to the ring.
Port St. Lucie, are you ready for your main event? The following contest is a King's Court Gauntlet. Please help me in introducing to the ring your CCW Heavyweight Champion, His Royal Majesty, King Edward Valentine.
It was in this very building at Anniversary 21 where Eddie Valentine dethroned Meadow. Ever since then, when the King got his crown, he built that King's Court around him, and he has been almost untouchable. Eddie Valentine, the King's Court, have been controlling the last territory with an iron grip. It doesn't matter about the names, Eric. The Cha-Cha Charlies, Dominoes, Meadows. The King's Court has taken them all down. Whether it be the numbers advantage, the dirty tactics, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because Eddie Valentine has held on to that heavyweight championship. But tonight, there is one vampire warrior who can bring down the King's Court.
You're not wrong there, Tyler. Gangrel is coming in here with a vendetta. I was there in Vero Beach at the first ever Rooted in Chaos. Gangrel got the job done. He held that championship up high, but unfortunately it wasn't the right referee who counted the 3. The decision was reversed. Eddie Valentine is still your champion, but it was on that night that this match became official, that the King's Court match was named the stipulation. And now Gangrel's got to run the gauntlet. It's not just about defeating Eddie Valentine. He's got to go through every single member of the King's Court.
That's absolutely right. Gangrel wanted this match in the worst way, and Eddie Valentine accepted the rematch, but on his own terms. Valentine knows what threat Gangrel is. I mean, 37 years of experience. The Vampire Warrior, the head trainer of the CCW training facility, has been all around the world, been in every major promotion. But there's one thing Gangrel has not done, and that is hold a major title here in CCW, especially that World Heavyweight Championship. But tonight can be the night. But Gangrel has to run the King's Gauntlet.
Many people question what kind of champion Eddie Valentine would be when he won that title. tonight he has the opportunity to silence all of his doubters.
And we are going to hear from the king.
Lords and ladies, do not be afraid to feast your eyes on the 50-inch chest of the sexiest king alive!
Dan Evans' favorite part of the show.
Your champion, King Edward Valentine, first of my line.
The king with his royal decree, his royal speech.
Introducing the challenger. From Santa Cruz, California, the Vampire Warrior, Gangrel!
The Vampire Warrior is here in your main event at Summer Glory. Gangrel has been rejuvenated. He has been a man on a mission the last 2 months. That mission to claim the CCW Heavyweight Championship for the very first time and to dethrone the King's Court, to bring down Eddie Valentine and his lackeys.
Gangrel, the clear fan favorite here in Port St. Lucie, but will it be enough to capture CCW gold for the first time?
And how fitting is it that tonight is the gauntlet match as the blood spits in the air. It's the gauntlet match, and I say it's fitting because throughout these last 2 months, between this back and forth between Gangrel and the King's Court, it didn't matter whether it was a tag team 2-on-2 match, if it was a singles match, every single member of the King's Court always got involved in Gangrel's business. Nothing could ever be straight up when it comes to the King's Court. Gangrel always had to fight Eddie Valentine. He always had to fight Marvin Cruz, and he always had to fight Alex Chamberlain. And tonight, he's got to beat all 3 men if he wants that heavyweight championship.
You might not like it, Tyler. These people might not like it, but who is currently holding that championship? If it means using all of your advantages, using the King's Court to keep your title, why not? Truly, why not, Tyler?
I have to give the devil his due. He did exactly what you said, and he has held that championship for 149 days. And I have to imagine Eddie Valentine is not starting here tonight.
I would assume not.
Looks like he's going to be sending Marvin Cruz out there first.
Oh boy.
All right, Vampire, it's time for the King's Court match. And that means you're gonna have to run the gauntlet. If you want to get your hands on me, you're gonna have to defeat each member of the King's Court to get at me. And your first opponent is the majestic, the magnificent, the marvelous Marvin Cruz!
The Crown Prince Marvin Cruz with his signature strut.
I still don't like the dancing.
Very confident heading in here with Gangrel. Earlier in the year, These two faced off and Gangrel put away the young Marvin Cruz, but Cruz has only gotten better since then, aligning with Eddie Valentine, being Eddie's right-hand man in the King's Court. And here we go, the King's Court match has started. Taking him up on first is Marvin Cruz going up against Gangrel. And Gangrel right now suppressing all that dancing, all that confidence Marvin Cruz had going into this one. And now that Bill throw, my goodness, Gangrel just tossed him halfway across the ring. That Vampire War chant raining through, caught the boot of Cruz and now puts him down with a body slam. And now that signature elbow drop from Gangrel.
This is exactly what Gangrel needs to do, though. To remind the people at home, Gangrel has to run the gauntlet. He's got to defeat every single member of the King's Court to even get his opportunity at King Eddie Valentine. There is a chance that Marvin Cruz could defeat Gangrel right now, and this match is over.
I mean, right there we saw second rope came off, connected with Gangrel. Marvin Cruz looks to get that confidence back. But Gangrel sent him back with the Irish whip. And look at that, Marvin Cruz caught Gangrel in that one. But the Vampire Warrior's right there. Cruz throws a right hand and another one. Looks like he's got Gangrel stunned here, going back up to the top. No. One too many times, I would say, good doctor. And down goes Cruz the hard way.
Things are not looking good for the Marvelous One.
And now you know what's gonna happen. It's Impaler time. Covers him 1, 2, and 3.
Here is your winner of the first gauntlet match, Gangrel.
Gangrel said it himself, PSL 1 down.
And all the PSLs fired up. Oh wait, here comes the King, microphone in hand.
I hope you're warmed up, Gangrel. Your second opponent. He is the Black Knight of the King's Court. He is CCW's most dangerous man. I give you Alex Chamberlain.
And
Most dangerous man.
the second man up in the King's Court, Alex Chamberlain, the Black Knight, the most dangerous man in the last territory, former Southeastern champion. But ever since he aligned with the King's Court, I don't think we have seen a more dangerous Alex Chamberlain up to now.
The mood in this building just shifted. The moment that Eddie Valentine announced that Alex Chamberlain was the next opponent, you could feel the chill wash over the crowd. The most dangerous man is here. I don't know if Gangrel's got what it takes.
I do have to bring up, Eric, last week at Rumble in the Jungle, Gangrel took it upon himself to challenge, or throw out the challenge to a gauntlet match to prepare himself for this, and he made quick work out of those competitors, and we saw that with Marvin Cruz. It's such a smart strategy. You want to try to get through your opponents as quick as possible to have some reserve left for the heavyweight champion, Eddie Valentine. As the second match in the gauntlet is on its way, the question is, will Gangrel be able to make it to Eddie Valentine? Will he be able to get through Alex Chamberlain? Chamberlain, so methodical, has really been the heavy of the King's Court. Really has been going out there, getting involved in Gangrel's matches to just maim Gangrel, try to injure him any way possible.
You can see Alex Chamberlain is taking this match very seriously, returning to his traditional ring gear, no longer wearing the long sleeve shirt and the pants. He's getting ready to do damage to Gangrel in the name of the King's Court.
Right, he knows he was representing the King's Court. He's going up against their biggest challenger in the legendary Vampire Warrior, Gangrel. 37 years of experience, has done it all. So Alex Chamberlain is on his A game tonight, but look at Gangrel just firing away. like I said, Gangrel knows he's got to try to put away his competitors as quick as possible, but Chamberlain's not going to let that happen, dumping out Gangrel.
A tall task ahead of the Vampire Warrior. Match number 2 of this gauntlet match. Will he achieve his goal and become a champion in CCW for the first time?
It's unbelievable to think all the accomplishments of Gangrel's career. I mean, man has been all over the world, tours in Japan, been everywhere you can imagine, and has loved CCW so much, has given so much to CCW, but yet has not tasted CCW Championship Gold. And I think that has also been such a motivating factor for Gangrel. That's really when I think we see that different look in his eyes. It's that fact right there.
But as of right now, those dreams are not looking so good. Alex Chamberlain bringing the punishment. Gangrel's still got a little bit of life in him, though.
But look at Chamberlain. Cerebral in that ring, taking his time, picking apart the Vampire Warrior, dropping down that elbow.
As every moment passes, as the punishment builds up on Gangrel, you have to wonder in his mind, does he have what it takes to get through Alex Chamberlain? Because then you still got the king coming your way.
Absolutely. As all this time passes, Eddie Valentine is just in the back. He's getting warmed up. He is nice and ready just in case Alex Chamberlain can't get the job done, while Gangrel is in here fighting an animal, and Chamberlain was just controlling this one. Oh man, went to the throat, did Chamberlain.
People need to realize Alex Chamberlain is called the most dangerous man in CCW for a reason. We have seen this guy do some brutal things to his opponents over the years. Some unthinkable, unquestionable things. It's been awful, but hey, tonight is his opportunity to prove to Eddie Valentine why he came aboard the King's Court in the first place.
And so far, job is being well executed. And now hooking the leg, 1, 2, and Gangrel still fighting, kicking out there, but man, you gotta think, Eric, that was too close to comfort, that kick out.
This match could be over in an instant.
And that head crank, just trying to tear the head off the shoulders, is Alex Chamberlain. So far has had Gangrel grounded this whole matchup. Now try and grab those legs. Oh, you know what's coming here, Eric. If he can hit it, just slingshotting Gangrel into that bottom rope.
Everyone wants to see Gangrel finally get his hands on Eddie Valentine, but I don't know if Chamberlain's going to let that happen tonight, folks.
And look at Chamberlain just alley-ooping Gangrel right back into the center of the ring. And now double axe handle comes down, 1, 2, and Gangrel still in this one.
Oh, that was close. That was very, very, very close.
And look at that. You see, that's the look in Gangrel's eyes I was talking about. That reinvigorated look. We've been seeing that week after week where he finds this second life, where he just keeps on digging down deep. It's a man that wants to get his hands on Eddie Valentine in the worst of ways, but Chamberlain again putting on the brakes. Now those solid right hands, just bouncing it off the dome of Gangrel. Now going to the body is Chamberlain. Great job mixing up the strikes there, keeping Gangrel guessing. But look at the Vampire Warrior reversing there, following up with a back elbow, and now it's patented. Gangrel running, single hand bulldog there. Cover, 1, 2, and you saw right there, Eric, Gangrel, after all the punishment he's been through, he couldn't cover both shoulders. He couldn't hook a leg there.
Gangrel at this point just feeding off of the energy of the crowd, the adrenaline.
And if he gets that impaler, low blow right from the referee. Just hit a low blow, got himself disqualified, did Chamberlain.
Tyler, that may have been the smartest thing that Chamberlain could have done. Gangrel had it won. He was about to hit that impaler DDT. I'm pretty positive Chamberlain did that on purpose.
I think you're right. Now Chamberlain's got that damn wrench We're talking about all the things, all the violent things Chamberlain has done in the past.
Chamberlain has been disqualified. Here is your winner by disqualification, Gangrel.
And we hear the official announcement, but my goodness, Chamberlain's got a wrench in his hand. He just low-blowed Gangrel. Gangrel just wrestled 2 matches. And Chamberlain now sizes it. Oh my God! Bashing him in the head. Oh, ref Amy. Hey, Amy's got to be careful here. Chamberlain is on a mission to destroy Gangrel before Valentine even gets out. Oh my God, he's got his hands on ref Amy.
Don't do it, Chamberlain. Don't do it.
Chamberlain needs to get out of here. Calm down.
Tyler, Gangrel is busted wide open.
Oh, he is indeed. And Chamberlain still not done, going to the steps.
We know Gangrel's going to face Eddie Valentine, but
I mean, Chamberlain
what's going to be left of him at this point?
Is all over Gangrel. No one out here to stop him. Gangrel is on his own with Chamberlain. This one has been far already over. Gangrel doesn't even know where he's at in the ring, just swinging wildly. And oh, he is looking
Oh no.
for that clothesline.
Watch out, Gangrel!
And
We got to get Chamberlain out of here.
And the bell can sound. This is just to get some help out here. Get Chamberlain out of here. But Gangrel still has his last match coming up with Valentine.
Tyler, I don't know if Gangrel has anything left to even face Valentine.
And look how disgusting Chamberlain spitting on Gangrel after what he just did. Maning Gangrel. This is how Valentine's going to come out here and wrestle this match against a bloody and brutalized Gangrel. That is the type of king, the type of man Eddie Valentine is.
At this point, what's even the point? What more can Eddie Valentine need to even do? Just throw Gangrel in and pin him.
Gangrel's been brutalized with a wrench. And look at this. Gangrel just taking out our staff and officials. He can't even see. He doesn't even know what's going on. Got that blood in his eyes. Ref Amy's trying to talk to him, calm him down, let him know what's happening.
The question is, where is Eddie Valentine?
Well, our staff here looks like they're taking Gangrel to the back.
Wait,
Our main event might be over.
we have a title match here, folks.
I mean, this one might be called off. I don't know what's going on. Oh, and now look who comes out.
Here comes the champion.
And these fans in Port St. Lucie letting Valentine know what they think of him. After what Chamberlain just did, now Valentine comes into the ring with his head held high.
That's right, Vampire! Run away! Run away with your tail between your legs! Drag that rotten carcass out of here!
Real easy to say when a man was assaulted after a match.
I am the king! And I will be champion forever!
Tyler, even I don't agree with this. Here comes Gangrel! Gangrel
It's back out here!
How is Gangrel still standing?
But look at this, Valentine all over him! Not even let him get into the ring! Ref Amy Veronica called for the bell.
The CCW World Heavyweight Championship match is officially underway here, folks.
How the hell is Gangrel even standing on his own power? But it doesn't matter because Valentine is raining down right hands right on that crimson mask of Gangrel.
This must be some type of mystical power from the vampire. How is Gangrel still standing, let alone
Look at that side Russian leg sweep with a float over 1, 2 count. You can call it magical power, but it's just toughness. It's resilience. It's all the years of experience. It's the will to dethrone Eddie Valentine and take that heavyweight championship. That is what it has to be, Eric. As now Gangrel, was trying for that bulldog, but Valentine got to the top rope. Held on, and Gangrel came crashing down.
That might have been the last bit of strength and effort that Gangrel could have given at this point.
Flying off the apron with that axe handle.
It might just be a matter of time.
And in any normal circumstance, I think I would agree with you, Eric. But this is the Vampire Warrior we're talking about. This is Gangrel. I mean, he has been through so much abuse, and he is still out here. He still has something left to prove, and look at that! Sending Valentine straight into the steps.
I think Eddie might have hit his head on those steel steps.
Well, Ref Amy up to a 5 count. Gangrel doing the smart thing, breaking the count. He knows the World Heavyweight Championship cannot change hands. And can we just take a second? Gangrel has been through Marvin Cruz, he's been through Alex Chamberlain, then he's been through the assault of Alex Chamberlain, and he is still fine with Valentine. And look at Valentine now busted open, courtesy of the Vampire Warrior in those steel steps, and now his head just got run off that ring post.
Blood for blood, these two men are even now.
And the Vampire Warrior is looking like he is in his element. He is on a roll with these body shots. Every shot sends Valentine further and further back. Valentine stumbling around on the outside. And now, look at this. Gangrel crowning Valentine with that Burger King crown. How fitting.
This crowd chanting Burger King. Now I want a Whopper.
Oh, wait a second.
Speaking of Whopper, oh no.
Kicked that second rope right into the nether regions of Gangrel, and there's nothing that Eddie Valentine won't do to walk away with a heavyweight championship headbutt down. I mean, that looked pretty low. Ref Amy, up to her discretion, what to call here. That one, though, looks like it landed more in the midsection. And the Vampire Warrior just, man, having all that momentum taken out of him with that low blow courtesy of the middle rope.
It was a job well done by Alex Chamberlain, getting Gangrel at this weak state that he's at. And now it looks like the King is looking to finish the job.
I still can't believe my eyes that Gangrel is still in this one, that he's fighting. Just goes to show the type of spirit that flows in the Vampire Warrior. As now Valentine has got some of the best hands in the last territory, looking for that sexiest headbutt, and he got it. That could do it. Hooks the leg one to the King, and still no. Just a 2. And every one move means so much now at this point. Any slip up by any one of these men could lead to the end of this match, Eric.
Wait, is Eddie Valentine going to the top rope?
Well, I could say you don't see this very often.
Absolutely not.
By our King, Eddie Valentine. Getting up to the top rope, and it's a shoulder tackle. Valentine pulling out all the stops to try to stop Gangrel. 1, 2, and another kick out. Gangrel is still fighting.
That was a whole lot of man coming from that top rope. I am shocked that Gangrel kicked out.
This main event between Valentine and Gangrel, this point that we have gone to has been so back and forth. Gangrel, though, getting out of the way. Eddie Valentine took too much time with that hip swivel. It could be a pillar. No! And Amy just got crushed inadvertently in that corner.
Not Amy! Oh, here goes Marvin Cruz.
Oh, and give me a break. Damn it, this King's Court is going to steal it once again. And they're mugging Gangrel as Cruz has his arms tied up. But
Jackal!
It's Jackal Stevens here to even the odds. Right hands from Jackal. Sending Cruz to the back. Jackal has had his fair share of problems with the King's Court, and he's got Gangrel's back. Wait a damn second!
The most dangerous man is back!
Here comes Chamberlain. If enough wasn't enough, damn it, Chamberlain's out here now. Dishing out punishment to Gangrel.
How much more?
Oh, and
Tyler! It's Meadow! Spear!
I thought he was still in Tennessee.
What is Meadow doing here?
Meadow is back in South Florida, but wait, in the ring, it's the sexiest DDT no one's ever kicked out, but Gangrel's not gonna let it happen. Boot to the midsection. It's a power! Power! Cover 1, 2, and 3.
Here is your winner and new CCW World Heavyweight Champion, Gangrel!
Tyler Gangrel has done it!
The Vampire Warrior, the legendary Gangrel, has done it. He has dethroned the King's Court. He has dethroned Eddie Valentine. And for the first time, we can say your new CCW Heavyweight Champion is Gangrel.
Port St. Lucie is gonna be banging and banging forever because Gangrel is your new champion. What a moment here at Summer Glory.
This is what the last territory is all about. The King's Court for months, 149 days, Eddie Valentine as CCW Heavyweight Champion has been terrorizing everyone here in CCW. But it was one man, scratch that, one vampire to dethrone them all, to destroy the King's Court. Gangrel has done it, the man on the mission, and the mission has been accomplished.
The King's Court tried everything. Marvin Cruz came out, Alex Chamberlain came out, but then Jacko Stevens, and then the return of Meadow. And now Gangrel is your champion. Let's hear from the champ, Tyler.
PSL. This September will be 39 years I've been in professional wrestling. I can't tell you how many times I've done battle right here at Port St. Lucie in this building. And all the amount of titles I've won, this one means more than anything. And I appreciate every last single one of you, because I couldn't have done this without you at 56 years of age. Thank you so much. Thank you. CCW, thank you for giving me a chance to finally even it up with that Burger King and level up. Thank you very much. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. I'm here to defend against all people. Let's go, yeah! Come on, Sarah, let's party, baby. Get in here, girl.
Are you kidding me?
We're gonna marry Sarah Wilder to close this out. As I say, thank you one more time. I'm gonna come around and say hello to everybody. Thank you, Sarah. Close it out, you lovely young lady.
We're gonna be fading and baiting all night long, good doctor, because Gangrel is our CCW Heavyweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes Summer Glory. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, before you head out, say hello to some of the wrestlers at the merch tables on this side of the room. Please join us right here, October 11th, for Breaking Chains. 10% off.
Speechless is all I can say. That was a main event only that could happen at Summer Glory, because Gangrel has defeated the King's Court. He has dethroned Eddie Valentine and is your CCW Heavyweight Champion.
What a way to end what was an incredible event tonight here at Summer Glory. The biggest CCW show of the summer, and we had one of the biggest moments of the year. The Vampire Warrior conquered the odds, and he is now the champion, folks. Wow!
And already you know how it is in the last territory. We got to look ahead, because we already know who Gangrel's first challenger is going to be, because it's going to be at Bash at the Brew 56, Saturday, September 6th It is Ozzy Killmeister challenging Gangrel in his first title defense for that CCW Heavyweight Championship. But before we can even get to the next batch of the brew, we got next week Breakout 51 with TNA stars, AEW stars. You can't miss it. Breakout 51 Saturday, August 30th. But my goodness,
There's no better place to be than CCW.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of the good doctor Eric Christopher, our ring announcer Sarah Wilder, I have been Tyler Cashmere. Thank you, fans, for joining us here at Summer Glory.